What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dennis, the mod scientist, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite guitar brands, which is Jackson guitars. Now, Jackson took me by surprise about 2 years ago when I got this Jackson Dinky JS22 in a trade. Before that I didn't think much of Jackson, I really didn't consider the brand, but when I got this guitar I was surprised by how comfortable and playable it was. And also the features are very nice, and I think it's one of the best beginner guitars you can buy for the money. It's got a nice carved body, and it's a nice playable guitar, and that's what you want from a guitar. So after that I was looking for a Floyd Rose equipped San Dimas type guitar, and I once again turned to Jackson. I got this Jackson SDX Adrian Smith signature, and I think it's really nice. It's got a maple neck, it's got a nice contrast of the white body with the black hardware and the black pickguard. So yeah, once again Jackson also knocked it out of the park with that one. So for my next project I went on the lookout for a 90s model Jackson that was made in Japan. Because from what I've read and heard online, apparently these made in Japan Jacksons were so great that they were on par with their American counterparts. And I went looking for a Jackson Kelly specifically because I really like that model. I don't like all Jacksons, for instance the Warrior's not my type of model, but the Kelly is, I like the Explorer shape, and I think this is a really sleek and slender approach to the Explorer type guitar. So what I ended up finding is this Jackson Kelly made in Japan from 1995. And it's a really nice guitar. Before I picked it up I had all these crazy mod ideas that I wanted to do, but as soon as I picked it up it felt so great. It's really weighty instruments, it's very finely crafted, and I decided to do a resto mod on it. So basically restore it to original as much as possible, but also do some upgrades in the process. As you notice, this one doesn't have the shark fin inlays that the Jacksons are really known for. However, this neck does have a gorgeous flame maple back on it, if the camera can catch it. Flame maple necks were not a feature in the 90s, so this is just a happy accident, and it's just a beautiful neck. So I don't mind there not being any shark fin inlays on it, because this neck is just gorgeous and it feels so nice. It's really, you can feel the expert craftsmanship that went into making this neck. So what I want to do in this video is get this guitar in a playable state while also doing a couple of upgrades. I will leave the original pickups in it because I'm very interested in how they sound like, but I will upgrade the tuners with these Gotoh locking tuners, and also I want to upgrade the trunk claw in the back because I hate the traditional trunk claw. This is something I really don't understand. You got something so heavily engineered like a Floyd Rose type bridge like this one, and then you set it up with this very crude trunk claw. This is so prone to just mistakes. You can get the screws in wrong, and you need to tighten 2 screws to set it up. I really don't like this system. So what I got instead is this Schaller SureClaw, which, as you can see, is just a straight up trunk claw on 2 posts, which can be adjusted with an Allen wrench right here. And this is such a better and more sophisticated solution for a Floyd Rose type setup like this. So yeah, that's the purpose of today's video, to swap out the machine heads, swap out the trunk claw, polish the frets a little bit, get some strings on it, and just see how it plays and how it sounds. So first thing I'll do is replace this trunk claw, and for that I will unsolder this ground wire and then remove the screws. So the ground wire is now stuck underneath the plate of the claw. And also the beauty of this solution is that you can now adjust it using only an Allen wrench. So you could even drill a hole through the cover plate and adjust your trend claw without taking the plate off. So now I will replace the old tuners with these Gotoh locking tuners. Unfortunately I wasn't able to find any black ones, so I got these Cosmo Black instead. They were sold out everywhere, but I think that won't be a problem, and if the color doesn't match it correctly, then I'll just swap out the tuner buttons. But while I'm busy doing this, you can see how much grime there is on the guitar. This one has been toured heavily and then put into storage, so it's gonna need a lot of cleaning as well. Now look at how shiny that headstock is after just a little bit of polishing. Man, there was so much gunk on this. And obviously on the rest of the guitar, so I think it needs a thorough cleaning. Well, the cleaning and assembly is finally done. I had to do a lot more cleaning than I expected to. There was really just a layer of grime on top of the body. The frets were really filthy and a little bit corroded. There was something sticking on the neck which I actually had to softly sand off because it just wouldn't get off. And the headstock is now super clean. But overall, it looks really nice. Look at that. Look at that. The paint is just really okay actually. Sure, there's a couple of nicks and things that you can expect from a 27-year-old instrument. And of course there's a little bit of damage on the pointy bits. But at least the headstock is completely unscathed. So I'm really happy with the result. So I'll just put some strings on it and then test it out. So in the end, I'm really happy that I decided to fix this one up instead of taking it apart, putting it on the shelf and use it for another mod project. Because I seriously love this guitar. It's amazing. I really get what the fuss is about those 90s made in Japan and made in Korea guitars, because they are fantastic quality. The neck is just really nice. It feels super nice. It's thin but not Ibanez Wizard neck thin. And again, that flame maple on the back is just a stunning effect and a really happy accident. It did have some issues, but they were far less worse than I thought initially. I thought the paint was ruined, but it ended up being just dirt that needed polishing off. One of the studs from the bridge was protruding and I just had to knock that back in, and now the bridge is all set low and flat again. The neck, yeah, only the frets need a little bit of polish, but there's no wear on the frets at all. This is a 27-year-old instrument and the frets are great. Just with a little bit of polish, they are shiny again. And the neck was still straight. This was a touring guitar, and the person who used it just threw it in the storage, never looked at it again, then got it out and sold it to me. But the neck was still straight. It didn't need any adjustment at all. And the action is really low, what you expect from this type of guitar. The pickups are Jackson branded, made in USA pickups. This is a PAF style pickup and this is a high output, I think, ceramic pickup. They sound nice, so I'll just keep this in here and play with them for a while just to get used to them. I have a set of EMGs that I might be putting into this, but for now I'll just stick with these pickups. This SureClaw thing, that's the game changer. Aside from locking tuners, this will be one of my go-to mods for next guitars. It's so easy to set up your guitar with this. Just turn the Allen key and you can set up your bridge. So this instrument is the reason why I love second-hand guitars. If you're in the market for a new instrument, don't just look at new stuff, but also look at your second-hand market. Look at your eBay and your Facebook marketplace. And especially stuff that's made in the 90s, made in Japan and made in Korea. That stuff is amazing. It might need a little bit of fixing up and a little bit of love, but you will end up with an instrument that is far superior to anything you can buy new for the same amount of money. So that's it for now. I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave a like and maybe subscribe to the channel. I will promise to post more content on this. Maybe leave a comment about what you think about these guitars made in Japan from the 90s. If you own one yourself, what do you think about it? And hope to see you next time.